So the next step is we're going to start our reduction. The first thing to reduce are all the centers. Now what we're going to do is we're going to get all of the centers, and I don't mean these triangles here. These are part of the edges. These corners, these are the centers. These triangles are part of the center triangles, basically. So these are the ones that we're going to want to put in, and we're going to do that by the algorithm which puts this to here, this to here, and this to here. So all we need to do is we need to find one on the outer area here. And what I like about this is going to come back later to be a benefit to put these guys in, because it actually causes communication between triangle edges and triangle centers, and they're completely equivalent. There's complete equivalency. So let's take this and move it down. And this will go here, this will go here, and this will go here by that algorithm. U plus, Li, U minus, then 2F, and then when we do an Li, U, L, and once again 2F. Then get it back with a U plus, L, U minus. And there it is, there it is. So we've got that in. If we want to put this one in, well, that's easy enough. Move it over here, do the same algorithm. 2F, turn, 2F. So it's a very intuitive, fast-moving type algorithm, and now that's in. So we can do this. Do we have any yellows on the outer areas here? We do over here. So let's put this in. U plus, L, I, U minus, 2F, Li, U, L, 2F, U plus, L, U minus. So we've got these in here. Do we have any more? So once again, this is the simple algorithmic version. We don't have any more here. So let's start hitting on these whites here. So I'm going to start putting this to here, this to here, and this to here. So turn, 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 2F, 2F, turn, turn, turn. Okay, so we've got this in here. Let's keep going with our bad selves. And turn. And turn. Okay, so that's pretty good. Any more whites? Yep, there's this one. So we can move it in from here. This comes here. And boom. So this is almost all in. And we just have this guy here. And we're done with the whites. 2F. Turn, 2F. Yeah, so you can see this is a very easy one. Did I pop it? No, I didn't. Wow, I thought I did. Okay, so now this is in. So now we can finish here because I know there's a bunch of yellows over here. So once again, U plus, Li, U minus, 2F, Li, U, L, 2F, U plus, L, U minus. So that's in. We've got another one here. Same thing. Boom. So this is all in. Now we just do the same thing here. How about oranges? We've got an orange here. It's wide open. Alright, so that's good. Kind of hypnotizing, isn't it? Turn. Whoop. Try that again. This way. There we go. 2F. 2F. So this is in. Let's go ahead and immediately wheel this guy in. 2F. 2F. And turn. Okay. Do we have another one? Another one. Yep, one more. And once again, U plus, Li, U minus, 2F, Li, U, L, 2F, U plus, L, U minus. So now this is all in. This is good. Green can use a little help, so let's give it to it. So nice, fast-moving, easy to remember algorithm. You can even visualize it as you're doing it, which is neat. And again. To F. To F. Boom. So we're good here, we're good here, we're good here. Did we do it? Oh, almost, almost. Need a couple of blues here. Actually, we need all the blues here. That's one. Let's get another one in. Oh, I started to reinvent a totally new algorithm without really wanting to. To F. Boy, this puzzle loves to move when it's properly lubricated. And turn. Okay, got a couple more to do. Whoa! Pop that back in. See? Almost popped. I got a little too comfortable with it. Turn over here. Turn back. And I believe we have one more. Got to be around here somewhere, right here. And again, the equivalency makes this part really easy. To F. And one more time here. To F. Boom. Okay, so you can see all these centers are in. They look like nice little boxes. Okay, so that's it for center reduction. Center reduction is done. And so far we've had two new algorithms. One to get these edge pieces placed, and the other to get these centers placed. The rest is all cuboid. Now comes the meat of the solve. This is what you're going to spend most of your time doing, and that's reducing these edges. So here's what you're going to have to do. Now there's the possibility of parity because you're reducing edges, but if you do it right, parity won't be a huge problem for you. But here's the majority of what you're going to be doing in the solve of this puzzle. And the good news is it's not really algorithmic, it's just positioning and strategic. So I would say pick a side and reduce the edges on that side so that way when you run into the last edge you can deal with parity right away. So I'm going to do the green. So I'm going to find a green. So here's a green over here, green and yellow. What you're going to want to do is this. With all these pieces that are here, you're going to want to take your green and yellow, one of your green and yellows. Let's actually, for the sake of argument, find the other one so I can demonstrate what I'm talking about. It's right over here. Okay, green and yellow. So what you're going to want to do, actually I'll move it like this, is with one of your green and yellows, you're going to put the same color, say as this yellow, here and here. And the other one, you're going to put the opposite one, in this case green, here and here. You're going to be placing these. So you're going to be placing the two yellow, the yellow kite piece and the yellow triangle here. And then you're going to place the green kite and the green triangle here. So how are we going to do that? Well, like I say, no algorithms. What you're going to do is you're going to do a process by which you're going to turn this to the side, and you're going to see at what angle are you going to move it into this position. Obviously, it's not going to be able to come in like that. So we're going to hold it on this side here so you can see you can move in your kite piece over here. So let's look and see. I see two yellows right over here, so that's already reduced. Will this come into position? And the answer is no, because this will come to here. I need it to come over to here. So this will come over to here, but I have to reduce it with a center. So get very used to what I'm about to do, but basically you're going to move it to a side, and now if I move this, I can move this into a center piece here, a center triangle. It's got to be on the opposite side, and here's a triangle over here. So if I'm going to position it at the side so that this, when I take it all the way around, will be matched with this. Okay, so here's what you're going to do, and this is going to be true for the entire time, the entire puzzle, is you're going to move it into here, and once you move it into here, you're going to now exchange it with another edge, and then move it back, because when you move it, you're actually taking this center triangle out. we got to move it back, but first we have to exchange it with what we just did. So move it in, then move it back into normal edge position. Now we're going to exchange it with this by doing F, L, Fi, Li. Okay? So now this is safely tucked over here, and now we're just going to move this to the side once again, this to the side, and by moving it back, we get this back, and everything that was taken out in the process is put right back in, because all we exchanged was these three, but none of these that got moved. So now that I have this here, I'm going to go back to my green and yellow rather, which is here, and I'm going to move it into this position, or this position actually. It doesn't really matter. Okay, so over here, this is going to move. This is going to move these two. So I have to move it into this over here. So you can see when I move this, bang, this lines up. So I'm going to be exchanging it for this piece over here. So move it in, bump it out of the way, and then do the exchange with this by going down, down, up, up, move it across, and move it back. So now as we search for it, you can see with this green and yellow, this is these both are lined up here. Okay, now that you have the kite and center in one color, find the other one, the other green and yellow, which is right over here. And now we're going to want to do the same thing, but now with the green side. So it'd be nice if we already had a green, two green edge pieces already reduced. If not, well, we'll just have to reduce it. But let's see if we can't find the right kite piece here. Well, could it be this one? Is it this one? Nope, because that's going to end up over here. Well, maybe this guy over here, perhaps. I'll just kind of estimate it here to here. Nope, that's not going to be the right one. So it should be fairly wide open. And it looks like it's going to be this guy. As you can see, that's going to end up over here. So I'm going to put a center piece here. There's a center itching to find a friend. So you can see that this moves across here. And if I move it like this, you can see that that lines up. Alright, so I'm going to move it in this direction, and I'm going to exchange it with this piece. So we're going to go up, so these two are combined. Move it to the edge position, down, down, up, up. Move it back, and move this in. Okay, now that I've got these two together, I find that green and yellow piece so that I can move it in. It's not this because it's moved in, it's this. So we're going to match it up to where this will be moved. And that's not going to be here. And it's not going to be here. So it means I have to flip this upside down. F-R-U-R-I-U-I. F-I. Okay. So in what position is this going to be moved? Right here. So this will move into the proper end edge linear piece like this. So opposite, that's going to be, now make sure you've got it on the right one. It's not this one, this is already reduced. It's going to be this one here. And we're going to have to turn this upside down too. F-R-U. Now how do I know that? Well, trial and error. So you can see that I can move a piece into here. So when I look at the opposite piece here, which is here, to move this, so these both are going to be moved when I make this movement over here, this 45 degree, and you can see, bang, it moves right into here. Now, the piece that it's going to exchange with is this one. I don't want it to be this one because this one I've already reduced, so let's just, boom, bump it out of the way. Alright, move them in 45 degree positions, move it up, you can see these are now reduced together, bring it down, 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 up, up. This moves to the side and splat. Okay, now the final part in our reduction is we've got the green and yellow with the green side here with the kite and the center triangle, rather the triangle reduced. We've got this one on the yellow side. Now we're going to find the edge piece here, the green and yellow edge piece. And that's right over here. What we're going to do at this point is we have to put in a yellow piece here and a yellow kite here and a green kite here. We got to do the right one. Is it this and this, or is it this and this? The way to tell is you don't want whatever piece you're putting in here bumping into this. So you don't want the yellow piece to be here because that's the same piece as this. So that's we're going to be moving this into this position, and that's going to bump this out. So it's got to be this position. Once I know it's this position, then the green one here is going to be the opposite one. So it forms like a line. So I'm going to find a green kite and move it into position. So I'll be able to move it in this position here. Go opposite. Is it this guy? Well, let's see. No, not that guy. These are all equivalent to each other, so none of those are useful to me. It's going to be this guy. So why don't I do this? Splat. I move that up here. Turn and turn. Okay, so this has to match up to one of these right over here. No, not right over there. Oh, actually. Right, it's got to be here. So I can move this here, move it up, and now you can see this green one is moved in. Just be cognizant of which ones you're using. Make sure it's not one of the ones that you reduced. This one can be used to exchange. Move it up, turn, turn. We go down, down, up, up. Turn these back to get these center pieces back in, and splat. Okay, so you have all the components that you need now. So what you're going to do is find your edge piece with the two over here, and then find any of your other ones, like this over here. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to slide this into this slot over here. The way that that's going to work is you can see that this is how it has to move because this is retained. Now this is going to have to be on the bottom, so let's move the yellow one here. If this is on the top here, this has to be opposite, right over here. And then find the way, so yeah, this is going to move in this position here. So this is going to be lined up over here, here to here. You can follow it all the way up and you can see, boom, it's in. So with it in like that, I'm going to hold it like this. It's going to be exchanged with this piece over here. So move it up, turn it into edge position, down, down, up, up. Then we move it back and splat. Okay, so this is in. All we have to do now is we have to slide this in, which we've already pre-assembled with the other green and yellow, which happens to be right over, probably closer than I think. Right over here. So this green is on top here, so I'm going to move this on the bottom, and then I find the direction. So this is going to be moving like this, and this will be moving like this. So now what I'm going to do is simply move this down, and you can see this is now reduced. So move it to the side, down, down, up, up, move this back, and turn. Now, you have this here, and I started on the green side. So my suggestion is do all of these, and that's the majority of what you're going to do. So let's do another one just to demonstrate. Why don't we do the green and red? So let's find the green and red. It doesn't matter. Here's a green and white over here. Well, we'll do the green and red since it's next to it. So I'm going to find a green and red right here. Here's the other green and red. So I have to put a red kite, red center here, or a green kite, green center. It doesn't really matter as long as I do the opposite one over here. So why don't we go ahead and do the green kite and green center. First I can search around to see if I already have one pre-assembled that will fit. And I don't. Maybe there's a red kite and red triangle. And I don't, so that's okay. So this green will end up over here. So let's go ahead and match it up to center here. Moving it in this position, it'll be able to find its way to a green center. Happen to not have one here, so let's move this one. All the centers are equivalent, so all these little triangles are equivalent. So I'm going to hold it in this position, and it's going to exchange with this. Now notice this is a green and red. I'm actually not going to worry about that now. So turn it, whoop. Oh, okay, so the triangle has to be here. No worries. That means I'm going to hold it over here. Exchanging with this, double turn, this is in. Bring it here, down, down, up, up. Turn, and bring it back. Okay, so basically what I did is I just put in two greens. A green kite with a green triangle, which is right over here. Now let's find the green and red that this is going to form into. So here's a green and red. Is this the one? Well, let's find out. So I'm going to find the position that this is going to move. Okay, right like this, right like this. So let's find our green and red. And it's right here. So if I move this in, you can see that lines up. Now, you may worry that I'm destroying this, but I'm actually not. So I'm going to keep that in that position to show you that it doesn't matter what I have here. This is the one that's going to exchange. So we move it up, so we're good. Edge position is going to exchange with this by going down, down, up, up, bump it to the side, bump it to the side, and now you'll see that this is brought back, as long as you stick with it. Okay, so that said, here's the other green and red. Here's the green and red that I just placed the two greens. So now I'm going to look for two reds. First off, which red will fit? Now I've got these two. Will they get lucky? And the answer is yes, so I can fit this in. So simply put it on the opposite side, and let's see what position it needs to be in order to move. Now, it's got to be like this. That way. Okay, good, so that's going to move. Now where was that other green and red? It was right here. I think I may have to turn this on its side. Let's just turn it upside down here. F-R-U-R-I-U-A. Whoop. F-I. Okay, so it'll fly in that position. Okay, very good. It'll exchange with this. Is that safe? Sure. I kind of like this green and red where it is, though. I don't want to destroy it, so I'm just going to move this up so that this will be the one to exchange. Turn it in, so you can see I've got the two reds here. Move it in, down, down, up, up, turn, turn, and double it back. Boom. Okay, so now all we have left to do is put in the green and red and put in what's correct. Now, is this the correct one? Do I do red here and green here, or red here and green here? The way to decide that is let's match it up with any one of the, let's put it next to any one of the green and reds here. So as you can see, this red is going to run into this red kite, so it's actually not this. I got to put a red one here in order to match it up, because then it's on the opposite side. Okay, so let's see if there's a red back here. As I move this, you can, whoop, wrong one. It's got to be here though, so that's not the correct one. Here's one here. Well, maybe this, and yeah, it's got to be this one. Okay, so once again, this is here. I don't worry about this because that's going to be put back. This is going to be the one to exchange with it. Move it in, so this is correct. Ignore this. This is the one we're looking for. Turn, turn. And then we go down, down, up, up. This moves back, and as you can see, this was replaced, so no worries. Okay, so we put this red in. Now I got to put this green one in. So I'm going to move this to the side, and I see that it's going to move in from this position. Go to the opposite side. Is this one up for grabs? Maybe. Move it in. Whoop. Not the right one. Okay, the green has to move in this position. So what green do I have that can come in this position here? Well, how about this guy? Yep, this guy can. So I turn this over here, turn this over here. It'll exchange with this guy. So move them up. So these two are now in. Move them out. Down, down, up, up, turn, turn, and this is moved back. Okay, so they're all pre-assembled. So let's find a red and green that I can start off with. Okay, right here. So let's find my assembled edge right over here. And it's going to go in the green position, so green is on the bottom here. Move it like so. Where did you go? You went over here. So it's going to move like this, just like that. Okay, it's going to exchange with this, so we don't care. Move it in, so this is reduced. Turn, turn, and we go down, down, up, up. Move it back to get this back, and splat. Okay, find what we did. It's over here. So now what we're going to do is we're going to do the other green and red, but slide this in. Ignore this. Right over here. Really hiding out. Alright, so we're going to put the red on top here, and this red is on the bottom. And we find what it's going to move into. So here, and this is going to move like so here. So this will take everything that we just put in, and it's going to come into this position right here to be reduced. Alright, so let's get ourselves prepared. It's going to exchange with this edge. Move it in. You can see it's reduced. Down, down, up, up. Move it back and splat. Okay, so now this is reduced, as is this, and this. So really it's the same thing. Remember to take one color and put the kite and the triangle in, the complementary color, put the opposite one in, put in the edge, and make sure that you're coordinating it correctly so that you're not stepping on the toes of the other kite, and then you can just move them in using that technique of moving it in, exchanging it, and moving it back. So we can go on and do another one, but in reality this is going to be the majority of what you're going to do. I'm going to go ahead and do another one. So I would suggest again doing more green. So here's a green and white. I see this green is already matched up here. So let's just find the center, and you're going to get quick with it. So we'll move this in a position in which it can start to match up, which is here. So let's match it up with the center. It's going to come to here. So I'm going to move this into position like that. Alright, so let's get in position. It's going to exchange with this. Now you may think I'm going dangerously close to these. Don't worry about it. It's not going to do any problems here. This is in. Turn, turn, down, down, up, up. Turn it back, and no need to worry because all these came right back in. Okay, so the green and white is here. I got the two greens. Now where's the other green and white? Right over here. So if I put two greens here, I got to put two whites in over here. So here's a white and a center that's already put in. So let's see if maybe that will do the job. See if we get lucky. Okay. And this is going to move in. Have to find, okay, have to turn this upside down. F-R-U-R-I-U-I. F-I. Okay, so it's going to come in like this. Will it do it? And I think so. Boom, yeah, so it will. Okay, so let's get ourselves prepared. It's going to exchange with this. We don't want that to happen, so splat. it'll exchange with that. Move it in. So I've got the green triangle and the green kite, or white kite rather. Down, down, up, up, turn, turn, and back. Okay. So now that I have the two portions, the two green and whites, with its respective kite and center triangle, then I have to put in the edge. The other one is here somewhere, but it doesn't really matter where right now. So white and green, let's find the white and green right over here. Now you can see this green is already here, but is it the correct one? Well, I'm going to put this next to this piece. Yeah, next to this piece over here. So which one is it? Well, it's not going to be this one. I'm not going to put this white one in because it'll smack with this one. It's got to be this, which is opposite this green. So this is already, it's a gift. It's already put in for us. I just have to find the white one. Is there a white one that I can use? There's one here. And can this match up with this? And no, it's on the wrong side. But this isn't. There's two I have to choose from. I'll move this to the opposite side, this over here. And this here, it'll exchange with this guy. So we're going to move them up. You can see these are in. Turn, turn, down, down, up, up, bang, splat, crunch. See, this was moved back. Okay, so this is now fully loaded. Let's go ahead and find our green and white. Any other green and white. There's this over here. The white's over here. So I'm going to move this to the top. And I'm going to move this into place. If this white is on the top, this white has to be on the bottom here. So let's turn this around. Okay. Alright, so it'll move in from here. Just like that. Okay. Going to move it into position. It's going to exchange with this piece, which is just fine. Move it in. So we're halfway reduced. Down, down, up, up, turn, turn, and bring it back. See, this got fixed. Okay, now I need the other half of this, so where's the other green and white? Hiding out here somewhere, right over here. Now, something happened. I took this out. Don't let that worry you. That's going to happen from time to time. Simply find another green center, which is right here, and very quickly move it in. It'll exchange with this. We don't care. Boom. We'll get it back. Don't be too hard on yourself if that happens, because it's easy to lose track sometimes. Okay. Now that we got this back, we're going to move it into this position here. So move them right opposite each other. It's going to exchange with this. We don't want that, so bring this guy up over here. Move it in. This is now reduced. Down, down, up, up. Bring these back to get these center triangles back, and boom. Okay. So as you can see, we are really hitting our greens hard. We're doing very good edge reduction. We have one more to go, and that's going to be the green and orange. Green and orange. Which one do we want to put in? Well, are there any that's convenient? Here's two oranges. Will that fit? Will we get lucky? Sometimes that happens. Possibly. Let's turn this upside down. Okay, where did it go? Went here. And bang, perfect, so it's in. However, we don't want to exchange it with this, so we'll move this guy up, turn. Early on you may find a lot of these that are already partially reduced, just because of random chance. And all these equivalencies of pieces, boom. Okay, so green and orange, the oranges are filled. Green and orange, we have to put the green in. This is already here, so we just have to find a center. Move this to where this can join the green center. Any one will do. For instance, this one. It'll exchange with this. We don't want that, so move this up. Move this in so you can see this is now joined its triangle. It'll exchange with this, down, down, up, up, and move it back. Okay, so now we're going to want to do the green and orange. We've got the green and orange edge. Is this correct over here? Well, let's move this up, and you can see it is correct because this will not bump heads with this orange. It'll come right over here, which serves us just fine. So we have to move it into a green here. Find a green, any greens that we can use, maybe this one. Will it work? And yes, this will work just fine. It'll exchange with this, we don't want that, so move this up, move this in, we're good. Down, down, up, up, bring it in, bring this back, and we're okay. Okay, so we've pre-assembled it, didn't take us long to do that. Here's the edge, let's match it in with this first, so I'm going to have to move it opposite. And it'll move in to here, just like this. Okay, it'll exchange with this piece here, because it's right next to it, which is fine. This moves in to halfway reduce it, down, down, up, up, back, back, and splat. Okay, this is the other half. Find what we just did. Green will be on the bottom, this will be on the bottom. All too easy. Alright, so this will come into here. So hold it like this, it'll exchange with this. Move it down, we're good. Down, down, up, back, and back. Okay, now, congratulations, you have solved the edges of your first side, or reduced the edges of your first side. Let me just get this in so that we can get our perspective. Now, you don't have to keep it in the solid position, I'm just doing it so we can get our perspective a little bit. Okay, and we just did this one, so I'm going to have to find it, and it's right here. Okay, so you've got these reduced. The next step I would say is go to your middle edges. Don't do these yet. Don't do these yet. That's going to take it's going to take some doing. But go ahead and do the middle edges. So we can start off with the red and white. Here's a red and white. Obviously we can't put this in, so we can do 2 reds over here or 2 whites over here. Here's 2 over here, so maybe just by happenstance we'll be able to get those in. So let's move this in position. So will this come into here? And the answer is, whoa, look how lucky we are, it will. Okay, let's make sure we're coordinated correctly. It'll exchange with this. We don't care. Turn it here. Down, down, up, up, bang, splat. I'm going so fast now. I hope you can keep up. So that's okay. We just did the red and white. Let me see. Well, here's red and white. Oh, did I mess that up? No, it must be a different red and white. Yeah, right here. Here's red and white. So the other red and white is here. I've got to do the 2 reds. Here's 2 reds. Will that fit? And the answer is no. That's on the opposite side. Are there any reds that are already having the triangle and the kite in? If not, that's okay. Is it this one? No, it's this one. So this one has to find its red center. So because of the equivalency, that's not hard to find. So we can very quickly start moving this into position. Right in here, so let's not lose perspective. And it's going to exchange with this. We don't care. Move it in. Down, down, up, up. And very quickly move it back, which puts that back in. Okay, so we've got the red and white. Where's the other, the 2 reds here? Where's the other red and white? It's right over here, and I was moving the reds in. So that's going to be in this perspective. And that's going to come into here. Exchanging with this, which is good. And down, down, up, up. Bring this back. and splat. Okay, now you see we have the red and white edge over here. That might not serve our purpose. We may want to just separate that from here because we already know that this red is good. We have to put the white one in, but this is going to bump in the way. So let's position this where we can move this out. That's all I want to do. Separate it from this so I can find a white one without destroying that. So let's just mix it with any one. How about this one? Sure. I just want it to exchange with this, so we'll move this into position. Move this up, down, down, up, splat. Okay, so that's all I wanted to do. Now, which was the white one? I have to look, but I can easily figure it out. It can't be this red because it'll bump with this, so it's this one here. I have to move a white one into here. So let's go ahead and find a white center, or white kite rather. Let's see, here's a white kite. Will it work? I'm not so sure. If not, then surely this one will. Will it? Yeah, that'll match up nicely here. Don't want it to exchange with this because that would just be silly. Move this over here. This is good. Oops. No, 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 no. Alright, you see that? This is a piece that is trying its darndest to pop on me. I'm doing the equivalent of puzzle chiropractic or osteopathic. Trying to pop it back in. Maybe I just got to take it out and manually put it back in. Yeah. Okay. It's got to come in like this. Okay. Okay, so we're going to go down, down, up, up. This turns here, this turns here, and we turn it back. Okay. So now we have these guys in, and we just do our, placement. Okay, so by the way, try not to pop pieces because that was not easy to put in. Anyway, so not very intuitive either. You have to sort of twist it while you're in there. Very strange. All right, so here's the red, and we're going to match it with this red here, just like this. It's going to have to come in this direction, just like that. Exchanging with this piece, move it in, turn, turn, down, down, up, up, and splat. Okay, now we do the second half. Find the other red right over here. That's going to be opposite over here, so it's going to be moved into this position to exchange with this. We don't want that, but we don't mind if it's exchanged with that. And boom, so now this is fully reduced. Down, down, up, up, get it back. Boom. Okay, so knowing that this is on the side, I have this. I'm going to keep moving around, and the next is going to be white and orange. So do exactly the same thing, no difference with this one, and this one, and we'll get it up to the last layer.